useful in many ways. You fit use and wash mouth, mix am with water and rub after you wash hand, and for manicure and pedicure. In fact, you fit take and treat skin problem, my friend. Everything wey you need dey inside one bottle. Na im be my own oxygen.
Na NCP wey dey useful in many ways. Na Nivea International Pharmaceuticals PLC dey do am for cuts, for burns, for wounds. You fit use am as aftershave. Add am to your bath water. E dey for pharmaceutical stores and supermarkets near you. One bottle, plenty work. NCP na the protection wey every home need.
From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the News at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Millicent Walker.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, there is more work to be done in tackling insecurity in the country. President declares as he holds first formal meeting with service chiefs and National Security Advisor in Abuja. United Nations Development Programme, in collaboration with the German and Norwegian government, launches $13 million prevention facility to tackle insecurity in the Northwest. INEC opens and closes its defense in the petition of the People's Democratic Party after calling one witness at the presidential election petition court. And police arrest suspect for allegedly setting ablaze a female police officer and her 2 children in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State.
On business news tonight, the NNPC Limited and major oil marketers confirm arrival next week of fuel vessels after the removal of subsidy by the government.
On sports news tonight, Nigeria Premier Football League will return to Lagos next season as Sporting Lagos gain promotion to the NPFL from the Nigerian National League.
And from the nation's capital, at least 9 persons rescued from the rubble of a 5-story building under construction that collapsed in Abuja this evening.
Security matters get a major focus today, and we begin with the president asking the newly appointed service chiefs to work as a team, saying that there is work to be done. President Bola Tinubu made the remark when he met with the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and the service chiefs at the presidential villa today. It is the president's first formal engagement with the NSA service chiefs and IGP since their appointment on June the 19th, 2023. Our State House correspondent, Gloria Mozoke, has more.
Exactly 2 weeks after the appointment of a new National Security Advisor and new service chiefs by President Bola Tinubu, they arrived the presidential villa for the first time on a thank-you visit.
I'm coming. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. In the president's office, the security chiefs, including the Inspector General of Police, flanked the president, not oblivious of the quantum of work expected of them. Before the new appointments, the president had met with the former service chiefs only a month ago and demanded stronger security coordination, a demand the new appointees vowed to accomplish.
We also pledge our loyalty to him and to Nigeria and Nigerians. We believe that the choice he made is the right one, the correct one. We know what he wants for this country. We are going to work tirelessly to ensure that we accomplish that objective of securing our country, establishing peace, stability, and let's get our lives back. He gave us the assurance that he is with us 100%. He told us that we must work as a team, and there is a work to be done. He will expect us to deliver. And you can see already things are improving in our country. If you see the record of crimes and activities of the criminals, it's going down. It will continue to go down. We will secure this place.
Earlier in the day, President Bola Tinubu met privately with the former governor of Zamfara State, Ahmed Yerima. The former governor, who was in office between 1999 to 2007, told correspondents that the subject of dialogue with bandits was part of the conversation with the president.
Why I say we should start discussing with them is to avoid the collateral damages that may come up if intensive and extensive military operations are directed. But that should be the last option. And I'm not saying that the government should just continue to just negotiate indefinitely. No, I said invite them. There are people who repent. And if you recall, Mr. President Umar Musa Yar'Adua had similar interaction with the militants in Niger Delta, and it was successful.
The former governor of Zamfara State, who mooted the idea only days ago about negotiating with the bandits, also disclosed that President Tinubu sought his intervention in the current feud between Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State and his predecessor, Mr. Bello Matawali. From the presidential villa, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, as part of efforts to ensure improved security in the Northwest region, the United Nations Development Programme, in conjunction with the German and Norwegian governments, have launched the Northwest Prevention Facility to tackle the menace. To give effect to this, a memorandum of understanding was also signed between the governments of Germany, Norway and 3 Northwest states, Sokoto, Zamfara and Katsina in Abuja. The UNDP has pledged $13 million for the implementation of the project.
That is actually much cheaper to invest in prevention than response. And we all believe that although the conflict in the northwest, has been ongoing, but we think it's still not at a level where we cannot invest in prevention. So what the program does is, one, it supports the states in coordinating the security responses, works with the Office of the National Security Advisor, and brings the federal part and the state part in terms of security coordination. We also invest in heavily on livelihood to give people alternatives and to give people opportunities. And those who have been impacted by the conflict, who have been displaced, will for the first time also be getting a lot of support around restoring their livelihood and their opportunity. Will also be investing in border security and border engagement to ensure that the borders, especially with between Katsina, Zamfara and Sokoto and Niger Republic, that trade and normalcy returns. We believe that the worst thing you can do for people is to deprive them their livelihood, and this conflict, in many ways, the banditry part of the conflict, has deprived a lot of people on livelihood.
Staying with international partnerships, Nigeria and China will continue to collaborate on several fronts in order to improve and strengthen its bilateral relationship. The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Gui Jianchun, made the remarks while 3 Chinese military vessels made a port call to the Western Naval Command in Lagos.
I do believe this visit really demonstrate the harmony symphony between Nigeria and China. I think that this military visit is for peace. The peace that in Nigeria and China, we can work together, not only for the 2 countries, not only for the regions, but I think we can make contribution to the international community. And this visit, I do believe that can establish, deepen the cooperation between the Navy sectors, especially military sectors. I know that it's time for China, PLA, and the Nigeria Defense Force and the military sector to work together to build our strengths, to counter the challenge, overcome the obstacles, And I am confident that this trip will do more things to facilitate, promote the relation between the two great countries.
Meanwhile, the flag officer commanding the Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Joseph Akpen, while receiving the Chinese naval delegate, explains the essence of the visit and collaboration, which includes executing the three fundamental roles of military, diplomatic and policing.
So Navy is a tool that can be used for this diplomatic role. And that's what you are seeing today by the visit of the ship to Nigeria. They're exercising their diplomatic prowess. And when you visit with such a big ship like this, it tells you something about that country and internationally. So that's what we've witnessed today. China is not the only nation that have visited us with ships like this. Nigeria keeps having visits from European countries and other countries the world over. I guess it is because of the fact that they have found Nigeria to be a strategic partner. And all this is in helping us to fight crimes, especially in the Gulf of Guinea. So we always welcome such visits as this.
And to crime matters, the Anambra State Police Command has arrested a suspect alleged to have set ablaze a female police officer and her two children in Idemili South local government area of the state. The woman, identified as Namaka Nwusu, was alleged to have been living with a police woman at Nwoka community after she separated from her husband. According to the Anambra State Police spokesperson Tochukwu Ikenga, preliminary investigation reveals that the female police officer accommodated the suspect while she was searching for a house. However, the two women had a disagreement which resulted in a fight, with the suspect hitting the policewoman with a pistol on her head. With the victim unconscious, she tied her with her two children and set them ablaze. According to police, the case has been transferred to the state CID in Oka for further investigations, while the bodies of the victims have been deposited in a morgue. To legal matters now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has closed its defense in the petition of the People's Democratic Party after calling one witness at the presidential election petition court. Its hearing for the Labour Party's case was, however, stalled. This is due to the absence of its first witness. The court resumed sitting in the nation's capital today for respondents, INEC, the APC and President Bola Tinubu, to open their defense in the petitions of the PDP and Labour Party, who are challenging the outcome of the election. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ekele reports.
The presidential election petition court in Abuja is a beehive of activities as lawyers, members of the Labour Party and People's Democratic Party exchange pleasantries after a week's break from sitting. The respondents, INEC, APC and President Bola Tinubu, are expected to defend their victory at the February 25 presidential election. The five-man panel of justices, led by Justice Haruna Samani, arrived with the intention of taking the defense of INEC in the petition of the Labour Party. The hearing, however, was stalled owing to the absence of the defense witness, whom INEC's counsel, Abubakar Mahmood, says had some domestic issues. The chairman of the panel, Justice Haruna Samani, subsequently adjourned to Tuesday for hearing.
We are ready to come here tomorrow, but I have a hunch that given the contradictions and inconsistencies and what INEC has done, I'm sure that they're not ready to defend this case. The
electoral body, however, called its sole witness, Dr. Lawrence Kayode, an IT practitioner with INEC, during its defense in the petition by the People's Democratic Party. INEC's counsel referred to the witness statement where he pointed out a CloudTrail log while making reference to the glitches during the upload of results. Under cross-examination, counsel for APC Lateef Fagbemi asked the witness if he was aware that INEC had a few days to the election published in a daily newspaper that it would not transmit results electronically, and the witness answered in the affirmative. Counsel for the PDP, Chris Uche, on his part, tendered the European Union Observation Mission final report and asked the witness if he had seen it. The witness answered that he's aware of the report but had not seen the contents. Although the respondents objected to the admissibility of the report from the EU, the witness was made to read page 6 of the first sentence of the report, which stated that only 31% of the results formally uploaded on IREF server were mathematically correct. The witness, while stating that not all the results were uploaded before declaration of Bola Tinubu as president, noted that no formal report was sent to Amazon Web Services by the Commission on the issues encountered. After the cross-examination by parties in the matter, the 5-man panel adjourned to July 4th.
An international observer group accredited duly by INEC, that is the European Union Observation Mission, their final report was today tendered and admitted in evidence by the court. And you see that the witness who came from INEC, a director from INEC, read out the findings in that report, which clearly stated that that election fell before expectation, or fell below expectation.
Counsel to President Bola Tinubu, Wale Olanipekun, will commence his defense on Tuesday, July the 4th, 2023. Emanuela Ekele, Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, National Youth Service Corps threatens legal action against those involved in the forgery of NYSC certificates. That's in a moment. You stay with us.
A Nigerian, I'm sure one of these things must have happened to you before, like forgetting your wallet at
or not being able to get your full change when you buy something,
or you are unsure of the account you want to make payment into. Then NQR Payment is for you. NQR Payment Solution is a secure QR code-based payments and collections platform to help individuals and businesses, to help buyers and sellers to receive and also make instant payments for goods and services. Now, if you're a customer, here are 4 easy steps to pay sharp with NQR. 1. Sign into your mobile banking app, click on Payments, then select QR Payments. 3. Scan the unique QR code presented by the merchant. And 4. Confirm the beneficiary name, amount, then input your PIN, and the merchant receives its payment instantly. To use NQR for your business, contact your bank. This message is brought to you by the Bankers Club team.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week. And you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
Recover with Astamin, a blend of amino acids and multivitamins.
We believe the retirement plan isn't just about the future. It's about being there for you, starting today. To give confidence that only comes from knowing you are fully sorted to show up for you just when you need a hand. And when retirement comes with all its worries and storms, to ensure we will stand by you and give you the coverage that you deserve. So, what are you still waiting for? Make the perfect choice. Choose PAL Pensions today.
PAL Pensions, your pal for life.
The Duchess International Hospital opened its doors in October 2021. The mission of the hospital is to reverse medical tourism. We take particular care here at the Duchess to bring together a combination of the brightest and the best locally, as well as Nigerians in the diaspora who are interested in returning to do very good work for the benefit of our patients here in this country.
The good thing is that we have all international expertise here, all international facilities here, international people working here. Everything is coming together in a space which was considered not great in terms of the availability of healthcare.
Access Bank, of course, has been able to provide us with a robust range of products and services that has enabled us to deliver that standard and quality of healthcare that is integral to our mission as an organization.
Sometimes, it's not just the distance we travel. It's the gaps we close. It's not the things we buy. It's the memories we create. Sometimes, it's beyond the places we go. It's the connections we make. Not just the things we taste. It's the taste of things to come. And it's never a question of if, but when. Because life is always just a bit better with American Express. Introducing the Access Bank American Express Gold Card and the Metal Platinum Card, now available through Access Bank.
Buy a Glow Save and enjoy 10 times airtime bonus on top every recharge, plus double data bonus on all data plans.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, coming to you live from Channels Television. Here's a reminder of our top stories. There is more work to be done in tackling insecurity in the country. The president declares as he holds first formal meeting with the service chiefs and the National Security Advisor in Abuja. United Nations Development Programme, in collaboration with the German and Norwegian governments, launches $13 million prevention facility to tackle insecurity in the Northwest. INEC opens and closes its defense in the petition of the People's Democratic Party after calling one witness at the presidential election petition court. And police arrest suspect for allegedly setting ablaze a female police officer and her 2 children in the Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. Back to the presidency. The president has assured the business community of his government's commitment to policy consistency and a better business climate to attract more investment. President Bola Tinubu gave the assurance when he received a delegation of the Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, led by the Director of Global Upstream, Zoe Yujnovic, in his office. According to a statement issued today by the Special Advisor to the President on Special Duties, Communication and Strategy, Mr. Dele Alake, The president recalled that attracting fresh investment was a promise he personally made to Nigerians, and he will do whatever it takes to fulfill it. President Tinubu further reiterated that Nigeria is ready for business, and he will remove all forms of bottlenecks in order to ensure Nigeria becomes an attractive business destination. He also promised the Shell management and other investors of his administration's willingness to maintain an open-door policy and address their concerns. And to the education sector, the candidate accused by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, of manipulating her UTME results, Ms. Ejikeme Joy Mesoma, has denied doing so. According to Ms. Mesoma, the claim by JAMB is not correct, as she says she's not capable of that because she has a track record of academic excellence.
I am Ejikeme Joy Mesoma. I'm the owner of these results. I went to JAMB portal to print these results, and this is what they gave me. This is the result here. So this is my aggregate 362. This is exactly how I printed it. I downloaded it from that site. So they now saying that I forged my results is what I don't know, and I'm traumatized that they accused me of forging my own results. Because I am not capable of this forging results. This is the evidence. Okay, they say that I forged my results. They scanned this QR code there, and it showed another name, a Yoruba name, Omotola Afolabi, 138. And that same person that got 138, they checked again, the person got 338. Meaning that there is problem. There is problem somewhere. So, and we went to Commissioner of Education office on Friday last week. My principal and the educational secretary of Anglican Girls Secondary School, or Anglican Diocese. So we went there. We showed all these results to Commissioner of Education, both this one and the SMS they sent to me. And she snapped it and sent to the JAMB official. They called back saying that this is a forged result, that I forged it myself, that the JAMB office don't have the record of this. So they now say that I forged it. And they called the DSS over to come to her office. The DSS, they took us to their office and we made our statements there. And they said they will contact us later, that they are going to investigate these results to know where the source came from. So that's what they said. And instead of them to wait for the investigation to be over, they posted that I forged my results without confirming. So I'm really sad about it. And it's not that since my nursery school have been taken first, I'm a brilliant girl. It's not that I'm an illiterate person that will go and forge her results because I'm not intelligent to impress people. I've been taking first position since my nursery school. And even my common entrance, it was 300 and something. So it did not start today.
Meanwhile, still on the subject of alleged forgery, it may no longer be business as usual for those who engage in it of the National Youth Service Corps certificates this time. This is because the Director of Legal Service at the NYSC, Ahmed Ibrahim, says that the service is collaborating with law enforcement agencies to prosecute culprits. Mr. Ibrahim spoke with reporters after a meeting with the Corps legal officers in Abuja, where he described the trend as worrisome.
Let me ask for two things.
We head to our Abuja studios for more stories. Terry Kumi is waiting. Hi, Terry. Long time no see.
Long time no see, Millicent, as well. Sadly, we begin on a very sad note. At least 9 persons were this evening rescued from the rubble of a building that collapsed while under construction in the Life Camp area of the nation's capital. A 5-story hotel building located in the swampy Dape area near the Burger Clinic is said to have collapsed with an unspecified number of persons trapped under the rubble. Officials of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the FCT Fire Service were seen working in the area, while the evacuated persons have been taken to the hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, the cause of the collapse has not been ascertained. While staying in the nation's capital, residents of Trademore Estate in Abuja have kicked against plans by officials of the Federal Capital Development Authority to demolish parts of the estate believed to be responsible for the perennial flooding in the area. They told a press conference in Abuja that the option of demolition is not the solution to the flooding. Spokesperson of the residents urged authorities of the FCDA to instead implement already recommended solutions by the estate authority.
Last Friday, June 23, Trademore Estate, located in the Lugbe area of the FCT, was flooded after rain fell for about an hour. Houses, vehicles, shops and other properties were damaged by the flood, while a life was also lost. It will not be the first time the estate, which was established in 2007, has been affected by floods. Similar incidents occurred in 2014, 2020, 2021, 2022, and this year. The spate of flooding has been attributed to structures built on water channels, disrupting the natural water flow. In response to this, authorities of the Federal Capital Development Authority marked some structures in the estate for demolition and asked the occupants to vacate to save lives, but that instruction met deaf ears. Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Shehu Ahmed, in an earlier interview on Channels TV's Dateline Abuja, said the development of the estate is flawed from the onset and will be demolished in order to save lives.
Normally, before a developer should move to site, one, he needs to have a title to the land, and then when he has a title to the land, he must have presented his proposed development plan for vetting and then approval.
Did this happen with Trademore Estate?
It did not. Neither of the two.
Are you saying that every house that is in Trademore Estate right now is an illegal structure?
It's an illegal structure.
Every house?
Read my lips, illegal. Trademore has a peculiarity that it is not even titled, that there is no building approved plan. It's not even an issue. But the fact that that area is on a low-level, low-lying ground, which is prone to flooding any time, under whatever consideration, we have declared that.
Are you going to do demolitions at Trademore?
We are going to remove Trademore and such other violations that we encounter, which are contravening our Abuja master plan.
This is Trademore Estate today, and its residents are out to say no to any demolition plans. Bearing placards with varied inscriptions, the residents refute claims that the estate is illegal.
This estate is approved, and in fact, the former minister of FCT, right? El Rufai actually, he was the one who apportioned us this place, right? And the developer built, and people bought. And the Federal Mortgage Bank, owned by the federal government of Nigeria, is the financier of this estate. Where is the illegality? Now, there is no house in Trademore that needs demolition for water to go through. Now, if government, or rather the FCDA have done what they are expected to do, we'll have no incidences of flooding here, right? So we are willing to engage them, but they should be willing to come and do clinical assessment of the situation on site. Not when you come to the gates and say, we're going to demolish these houses. What we're asking, come, we will offer our expertise. Let us come together. Let us solve this problem once and for all. And the solutions are here. They are experts in the estate. We are willing to do it. That's the issue.
The seeming back and forth between residents of Trademore Estate and authorities of the FCDA is not new. It's been going like that since the floods began. The authorities seek to save lives, and the residents seek to keep roofs over their heads. The two parties will have to come to a compromise. Will it involve demolition or some kind of compensations? Ultimately, the parties will have to agree on something. Victoria Longchun, Channels Television News.
We're still ahead on the news at 10. NNPC Limited and major oil marketers confirm arrival next week of first vessels after the removal of subsidy on petrol by the federal government. That's on Business News. Please stay with us.
Dial star 894 hash.
You first bank.
Every healthy family needs the right amount of energy to start their day. But sourcing for breakfast with a splendid blend of nutritious multigrains, big wahala. With the new Kellogg's Gold Grain cereal, you don't have to go through all of that. So now, your mornings can look like this.
Go, 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 Gold Grains. Love the goodness of its multigrains. Grain sets go!
Also available in banana flavor.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Hey, big head. Oh, yeah, sorry. Where are you?
I'm at the bus stop.
Dinner is ready and mommy wants you to come home.
Come in as soon as I get a bus.
I'm bored, though. So you gotta have a smile, no matter what it takes.
Hey, look inside your Pure Bliss pack. Do you see a code? Then SMS Pure Bliss space code space your location to 8011 to see what you've won.
Wow! I'm a lucky winner of 1 million naira!
It is the Pure Bliss 60 million years in 60 days promo. Buy any of the Pure Bliss promo cookies or wafer packs and stand a chance to be one of the 60 lucky people to win 1 million naira in 60 days. There is also 30 million naira airtime up for grabs. Light up your day with Pure Bliss Millionaire promo. Buy now to start winning.
When you have cavities, it hurts so bad it makes you miss school. Even football.
But we prevent cavities before they form with Colgate. Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you, you show me love. You show. No matter when I show you, you show me love.
Now available in new flavors.
You show me love.
Every morning is an opportunity to take your hustle to the next level. Every morning is one day closer to your ambition. So, make every morning count. Cup after cup, morning after morning. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Welcome back to the news at 10. Now, the Rose of Sharon Foundation, a non-profit and faith-based organization focused on alleviating the plight of widows and orphans, has been speaking on its plans to mark its 15th anniversary. At a media parley in Lagos, the founder of the foundation, Apostle Folorunsho Alakija, explains the foundation's contributions to the promotion of the social legal protection of the rights of widows and orphans.
A faith-based foundation,
As you know, that's how it started and that's how it is. But we do not say only Christians will be our beneficiaries. Our beneficiaries, are from various religions and what have you. But we teach them about the Lord as well. So it was the Lord that told us that now I'd like you to go into the rest of Nigeria. And it was at that time, because we had been pinned down here in the south, it was at that time that we now extended it to the other 5 geopolitical zones. Our long-term goal is actually to go to West Africa. God had told us that long ago. You understand? But as you know, charity begins at home. And we have to tidy our affairs in Nigeria well. So as we are tidying our affairs in Nigeria, based on what we're doing with FIDA and all over the nation, to be able to get better results out of VAP and have it expanded and focused on the widows and orphans, we will also begin to look at the West African countries.
Now to company news. BS Dove, the cosmetic manufacturer of the Nivea range of skincare products, has introduced a new range of body lotion into the Nigerian market. The new Radiant and Beauty body lotion is a skincare innovation designed to respond to the needs of consumers with melanin-rich skin. During the launch in Lagos, the country manager of BS Dove Nivea explained that the latest body lotion is a product of a combination of 5 natural oils and 5 vitamins.
It's an exciting moment for BS Dove Nigeria and its partners as they celebrate what they call a breakthrough in skincare innovation, first in West Africa and Nigeria. As the maker puts it, Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care and even Glow variants are the outcomes of over 5 years of research about the unique African skin called melanin.
We know that this product that we have just launched in the market now, in 2 weeks, reduces the appearance of stretch marks. And this NAFDAC has validated that's actually true. Because of the sunshine that we have here, which we have to be happy about, we know also to be exposed to excesses of it, then you have pigmentation. So you have some dark marks or dark spots all around. This product in 2 weeks takes care of those dark marks and gives you an even blended skin.
We've pegged this product at a 3,500 naira to a 400 ml bottle. I mean, you would attest to it that if you have to buy this ingredient separately, like a lot of women do, and have to put it together, it will cost significantly more. But what we're doing is giving you convenience while giving you a quality product that will help you deliver on your perfect and beautiful skin.
The gathering goes beyond unveiling an amazing products range, but also to celebrate the different shades of beauty as presented by these black beauties. In many ways, the launch of the Nivea Radiant and Beauty range feels like getting asked to dance to what adds to skin beauty, confidence and sense of identity.
We need to ensure that ingredients are more natural. So that's why you see we are moving into 5 natural oils: avocado, almond oil, macadamia, and also moving into things like turmeric and so on.
For Nivea, research and development are continuum. The company says it will continue to engage its consumers to find out their skin needs and come up with insights to help direct research to address challenges in their skin care routine.
And that's all from the nation's capital. Business news is next.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Time for business news. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and major oil marketers have confirmed the import of large consignment of petroleum premium motor spirit known as petrol that will hit Nigeria from next week. And this is according to the Executive Secretary, Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, Clement Isong, who explained that the NNPCL had made a lot of fuel imports as some of its vessels were still on the way to Nigeria. This comes about a month after President Bola Tinubu announced the removal of petrol subsidy, forcing the price of the commodity to rise astronomically across the country. Nigeria Central Bank has resumed the provision of offer quotes for Naira-settled OTC FX futures contracts with tenures ranging from 13 to 60 months, aimed at facilitating long-term foreign exchange risk hedging for market participants. These contracts allow market participants to hedge against foreign exchange risks associated with fluctuations in the value of the Naira against other currencies. However, offer quotes for contract tenors between 13 and 24 months will be discontinued after 1 year. The headline Purchasing Managers Index of Nigeria's private sector fell to 53.2 last month, down from 54.0 recorded in May as business confidence fell to the second-month level on record. According to latest survey by foremost financial institution Stanbic IBTC, the reading, which remains above the 50-mark point, still signals a solid monthly improvement in the health of the private sector. However, firms faced a much stronger inflationary environment at the end of the second quarter of the year as removal of fuel subsidy took its toll across the business environment. At the same time, employment rose modestly for the second consecutive month. For overall, business conditions remain on a positive trajectory. The Stanbic IBTC PMI report further shows that companies increased staffing levels for the second month in June at a slight but faster pace in January this year, due to increase in the amount of workloads. On the other hand, the survey indicates that the new export orders dropped in June, ending a 3-month expansion, while new orders increased but slower pace at end of the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Stanbic IBTC PMI report shows that firms increased purchasing activity last month, but at the softest level in the current growth sequence in order to meet customer requirements, while output price inflation jumped amid sharp increase in purchase cost. From there, we head to the stock market, which begins the first half of the year with a more than 530 billion naira gain. Willie Bong tells us more.
Welcome to the Stock Market Report. This is the first trading day of the week in the third quarter and the second half of the year, and the bull is still giving the bear a run for its money. A quick recap of the market's performance in the second quarter. Reports from the NGX show that the exchange's market value increased by 5.3 trillion naira in the first half of 2023, and this is amid bold economic reforms by the current administration. Now, bouncing off this stellar first half, the NGX has outdone itself again today, rising today by 1.61%, crossing that 61,000 level. It hit that level at intraday and sustained it. Brilliant performance, and all thanks largely to gains in MTN Nigeria, Access Holdings, GT Co, PZ Cousins, to name a few. And we also see the top advancers on today's list of gainers, with Japan Gold in the lead with a 10% increase to close at 77 kobo, and Eterna not too far behind. Meanwhile, Triple G is taking a triple roll down the loser's basement. Let's check out the total turnover today. We see volume in the billions, 1.2 billion traded today, and this is by increase. The increase we've seen is by over 119 million units of shares traded last Friday. Superb start to the second half of 2023. Let's hope the momentum is sustained and possibly hit a new high. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Will Ibang.
Thanks, Will. And here are the snapshots of closing figures from some major global stock markets. And that's it on Business News. Millicent, is back to you.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Coming up next on the news at 10, condemnation and protest trail overnight raid of Jenin refugee camp in Palestine by hundreds of Israeli troops. We have that and more later.
This is Premium Pension. How can we help?
Our experts work behind the scenes, enabling our members grow wealth to secure a premium tomorrow. We see your hard work and we make your money work hard for you. We are growing with you in commitment and service. Leveraging technology to meet your demands. Secure your future and pave way for the next generation. Embracing diversity with firm roots across the 36 states of Nigeria and the FCT. Premium Pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
To eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate. Right, you too could be one of the 20 Zenith Bank customers that will win 150,000 Naira every 2 weeks from June 1st, 2023 until May 31st, 2024 in the Zenith Better Life Promo 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Live the better life with Zenith Bank.
Time now for Around the World in 5. There have been intense exchanges of fire between Israeli forces and armed Palestinian militants in Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank. The Israeli military began what appears to be one of its most extensive operations in the territory in years with drone strikes earlier today. Health officials say 8 Palestinians have been killed and 50 injured. Here's Simon Puter with more on this and other international stories.
Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Dozens of people have protested in Gaza in solidarity with the residents of the Jenin refugee camp, which Israeli forces hit overnight during an operation that included hundreds of troops. This, an Israeli army video said to show the army shooting during the operation. The gun battle lasted into the day, killing at least 8 people in a major escalation of West Bank violence. Health officials say around 50 people have been injured. Israel said it had dealt a heavy blow to terrorist organizations in Jenin. Palestinians accused it of a war crime.
So this operation started last night. We came in a precise surprise tactic attack from the air on the Jenin camp. We're focused on destabilizing and stopping the infrastructure of terrorism inside the camp. Command centers, weapons, and we finished our initial activity, and we're going target after target to dismantle the infrastructure activity inside the camp.
J'ai demandé effectivement que les procureurs requièrent des mesures de sûreté, de l'emprisonnement.
The French Justice Minister has called for a tough response to rioters in unrest that has rocked cities across France.
Nous les condamnons avec la plus grande fermeté.
Meanwhile, residents, municipal employees and officials gathered in the French town of Curzon after the town hall and other public buildings were damaged in the violence. The town's mayor gave a short speech and music was played during a brief ceremony. The French Interior Ministry said on Monday that fewer than 160 people were arrested overnight. The relative calm follows 5 nights of heavy rioting after the killing of a 17-year-old boy at a traffic stop. Police are searching for multiple suspects after a shooting in the US city of Baltimore left 2 people dead and 28 others injured. 15 children were among those wounded when gunfire erupted at a block party in the Brooklyn Homes area of the city on Sunday. It is not clear whether the attack was targeted, and officers are hunting for at least 2 suspects.
This is a societal problem that we're dealing with, a mass shooting where a disagreement turns into 28 people shot. This is insanity. This cannot be the society that we are expected to live in. We have to do better.
And since the
Hong Kong police have accused 8 overseas-based activists of serious national security offences, including foreign collusion and incitement to secession, and offered rewards for information leading to any arrest. The accused are activists, former lawmakers, a lawyer, legal scholar and online commentator. Issuing wanted notices and rewards of 1 million Hong Kong dollars each, police said the assets of the accused would be frozen. Some countries, including the United States, say the new security law they're being charged with has been used to suppress the city's pro-democracy movement and has undermined rights and freedoms. An explosion has torn through a building in downtown Tokyo, scattering debris across a busy intersection and sending smoke high into the air. According to the public broadcaster NHK, the fire was soon contained and only 4 people suffered light injuries. The cause of the blast was not immediately clear, but witnesses said they saw flames through the windows of the shattered second floor of the building and smelled gas. And finally, a Thai elephant given to Sri Lanka in 2001 has returned to its birthplace after a diplomatic row over its alleged abuse. The 29-year-old, Muthu Raja, arrived in Thailand on Sunday on a 19 million baht commercial repatriation flight. Bangkok had demanded the return of the animal after claims it was tortured while kept at a Buddhist temple. Sri Lanka's Prime Minister said he has formally apologised to the Thai king. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.
Thank you, Simon. Welcome to Sports News. Sporting Lagos have secured promotion to the Nigeria Premier Football League earlier this evening after back-to-back wins in the Nigeria National League Super 8 playoffs, holding at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba, Delta State. The Lagos State private-owned football club beat Abuja Stormers 2-0 to earn their spot in the Nigeria Top Flight League, a remarkable achievement for the club that was only created 1 year ago. Ayemere Rico and Saturday Okon got the vital goals for the team. The club opened their campaign in the playoffs with a 1-0 victory over FC Rocket on Sunday. Defending champion of the Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic has launched his bid for an 8th Wimbledon title and 24th Grand Slam triumph earlier today with his 40th successive win on centre court. The 36-year-old Djokovic, who has won the past 4 titles at the All England Club, defeated 68th ranked Pedro Cachin of Argentina 6-3, 6-3, 7-6 on the tournament's showpiece court, where he's not lost since 2013. Djokovic even found time to help ground staff dry out probably the world's most famous lawn after the surface became too slippery following a downpour.
6-3, 6-3, 7-6.
Meanwhile, world number one Iga Swiatek racked up the first 5 games on our way to sweeping past China's Junling to reach the Wimbledon second round earlier today. The reigning US Open and French Open champion came through 6-1, 6-3 against her 34th ranked opponent. Top seed Swiatek, who has yet to progress beyond the 4th round at the All England Club, will face Spain's Sara Sorribes Tormo for a place in the last 32. That's it to Sports News. It's back to you, Millicent.
Thanks, Chris. And the main news again. President Bola Tinubu today met with the service chiefs as well as the National Security Advisor in Abuja, where he declared that there is more work to be done in tackling insecurity in the country. The United Nations Development Programme, in collaboration with the German and Norwegian governments, launched a $13 million prevention facility aimed at tackling insecurity in the northwest region of the country. And police arrested a suspect for allegedly setting ablaze a female police officer and her 2 children in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. That's news at 10 to 9. Thank you for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. Have a good night and stay safe.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of Entertainment News on